I'm Mehtap and welcome to my K-Beauty Corner. I love Korean skincare and today we're going through all the skincare that I have used up within the last 6 months. It's going to be way more than you're expecting, even though I forgot saving some of the products that I actually did use up. I tried to group the products into categories that kind of make sense, so let's jump right into it. Let's start out with cleansers. When I do my makeup, I usually always double cleanse. Double cleansing means that you're using a cleansing oil to remove the first layer of dirt and makeup on your skin, and then as a second step, you use a foam cleanser. In my case, I used up this set. This set is from Skin Chansa. It's the cleansing oil and the foam cleanser. They work really well together. The consistency of their cleansing oil is pretty nice. I've tried cleansing oils that have a really thick consistency and I don't really like those. This one is way more liquid, so it really helps me rub it into my skin and get everything off. And then their cleansing foam, even though it is pretty strong, it's not irritating. I still use something else in the morning. During the last 6 months, I used this gel cleanser. Gel cleansers are generally a bit lower in pH, at least this one is. So it doesn't really matter how often you use it, it's not going to damage your skin barrier. This morning I also used up the Axis Y gel cleanser, but I forgot to take it with me. Then the Docto toner. This is a solid toner. You can see it at every Olive Young. This is also a brand that I know it's very popular among Koreans as well. I don't know if you guys are aware, but sometimes brands that are popular within Korea with Koreans and brands that are popular overseas are not the same. Round Lab is one of the brands that is popular in Korea. Other than this toner, I also have these toner pads. I used up a lot of them. The thing is, I don't use toner pads to wipe my skin. I use them as masks. Honestly, I'm not too particular about them. I just take them in the morning and I put one sheet on both of my cheeks. I put one on my forehead and then I just do whatever I was doing, and that's why I use them up really fast. Although I like all of them, I must say my absolute favorite was the April Skin one. Actually, this one technically is a serum pad. Maybe that's why I like it so much, because it is a little more moisturizing than toner pads. Next, I got my Ampoules. Let me just talk about what ingredient I use as a staple, because when it comes to Ampoules, I'm not that particular about what brand it is. I care more about what goes in these. In my daily skincare routine, every morning I have to use vitamin C. So these two products that I use, these are vitamin C. Right now I'm using another brand's vitamin C ampoule. So as I said, the brand isn't that important. Of course, it has to be a good vitamin C. If we're looking at these two, I'd say if you have sensitive skin, I would go for the Dr. Althea one. And if you prefer going really in with the vitamin C, then I'd go for the Tiam one. Right now, I'm using a vitamin C from the brand Bueno Meditech. This one that I'm using right now might be my favorite. Then another staple for me is retinol every evening. This retinol from Isntree, it's pretty lightweight, so it's not that concentrated. So even as a retinol beginner, I think you're not gonna have any problems with this one. So if you've never had retinol before, this might be a good start to kind of get your skin used to retinol. I know brands like The Ordinary have stronger retinols, but those might be a little tough to start out with. So if you have access to Isntree, I'd definitely give this one a try. As for the essences that I've used up, I'm pretty sure that I'm missing a couple of products because I know for a fact I've also used other ones. This one is a snail essence. I've used it, it feels nice on the skin. It's not really a staple of mine. However, I do really like it when I need a little more nutrition and moisturization during the winter. This isn't something I would use in the summer personally. Not because you cannot use it in the summer, but more because I already have so many steps in my skincare routine that I'm trying to take out those ingredients that I don't find as necessary in the summer when my skin is more sweaty and oily anyway. This is the Centella essence from Mixun. They have a bunch of essences. Mixun is vegan and I know their ingredients are very clean and high quality. They are definitely one of the essences that I use the most. They also make other essences with other ingredients and I use so many of those. It seems like I only saved this Centella essence one, but I do also like all the other stuff they make. Their essences are very, very liquid, like water. So you can layer 3 of them and it feels really nice to get all these ingredients on your face without smacking a bunch of thick product on your face. Here are the creams that I used. I've used 2 tubes of this Axis Y cream. I'm actually using a 3rd tube right now. It has 10% panthenol in it, which is one of my favorite ingredients when it comes to calming down my skin. Because I do use vitamin C and retinol every day, I do have to be careful that I'm not damaging my skin barrier. So using a cream with panthenol is a good way to kind of take care of your skin barrier while still getting all the active ingredients in that you want. Because of the same reason, because of the vitamin C and retinol that I use, my skin can be slightly irritated sometimes. So a cream with Centella, which is a calming ingredient, is also very suitable for that. So if you have irritated skin, no matter why, I think you're going to be pretty safe with a cream that includes Centella. I also have the Centella serum at home from Purito, and I think their entire Centella line is so solid. They're also vegan. I think all of the brands I have with me today are vegan, but unless I didn't check properly. I also used up this cream. This is a gel cream, so it's pretty lightweight. It's perfect for the summer. Whenever I mention that I'm using Isntrie's onion product, people are asking me if it smells like onions. It doesn't. Maybe they could put a small little text here. It doesn't smell like onions. These are the creams that I used in the winter. It's not always the case, but generally creams that come inside a jar are usually a little heavier than creams that come in a tube. Both the Heimish cream as well as the Tierted cream are really good. They're perfect to seal in all the moisture from the products that you use in your previous steps. Like, cream is the last step for skincare in the evening, so try to get in all the good active ingredients that you need with your super liquid essences and serums and toners whatsoever, and then seal it in with a cream that works for your skin. I also did use this gel cream. This one is a little lighter, so I think it's also suitable for the summer. It's very soothing. I use a lot of sun cream. This is definitely way less than I've actually used up in the last 6 months. Last year, I used up more than 10 tubes of sunscreen. First, the Axis Y Physical Sunscreen. I think it works very well for people like me who already have super pale skin. But for people with dark skin, this will definitely give you a white cast. So if you don't like having a white cast, I recommend getting a chemical sunscreen instead. So this Tokobo sunscreen, it's one of the sunscreens that I have that do not give any white cast at all. This is also good for the summer, by the way, since it's so lightweight. For the winter, I use the Heimish one because it is hydrating at the same time. I don't need additional hydration from my sunscreens in the summer, but I do appreciate additional hydration from my sunscreens during the winter. For exfoliating my skin, I like using sugar masks. This sugar mask is from Claire's. I've also used the Skin Food one. I really like both of them. And it always also kind of tastes really good when I have the sugar on my lips and accidentally get some of it inside my mouth. As a face mist and as a makeup fixer, I use the Misha one. Right now, what I do is I don't buy separate makeup fixers or separate face mists. I just fill up a container like this with my most liquid essences and use those as makeup fixers or face mists. It works really well for me. I don't know, you guys should try it too. Now, hair care. Nature Republic was one of my go-to hair care products. I do have to admit that right now I don't really have one solid hair care brand that I can say I swear by, because I started learning a lot about hair care and really looking into it, and at this point I'm just confused what my hair needs. Some experts say you should avoid products that have silicones in them. Other experts say that you can use some silicones and that it's good for some hair. I think I still need some testing, but right now what works the best for me is using a shampoo without silicones, then using a hair treatment without silicones, and then the hair product that I use as the last step, so a hair oil, that product is okay if it has silicones, because silicones seal your hair. So if your shampoo has silicones in them, it might be hard for your hair to absorb the good stuff inside your hair treatment and your hair oil. That's what my hairdresser told me, if I didn't misunderstand, and that's also what I read if I didn't misunderstand. But because I switched to products that use less silicones, my hair feels less soft. So this is my hair right now. Back when I used to have silicones in each and every hair care step, I have to admit they were much softer, but I did get more split ends. Now that I use less silicones, my hair is really hard. It's hard to describe unless your own hair is also hard. You might not know what I mean. However, I did get the state of my hair checked from a scalp expert, and she said that they are very healthy and that they look exactly like what they have in their hair care magazine as the ideal state. I also want my hair to be soft, so I'm trying for them to be healthy and soft at the same time. Argan oil is something that I always use, by the way. Putting this in there. This was the cheapest argan oil I had found on Coupang, by the way, because I was trying to find a replacement for Moroccan oil. I'm still testing a bit. I think I will be able to give you guys a solid hair care routine in about half a year. One thing I do swear by though, this is actually a face powder. It's a face powder without any pigment. It's a no sebum powder. I use this as a dry shampoo. If I have a tiny bit greasy hair and don't have time to wash my hair, then I'll just use some powder. It works perfectly. We're through all products now. I kind of rushed through all the explanations because it's so many products and I don't want the video to be an hour long. So if you have any additional questions about the details of any of these products, just write them in the comments below and I will try to answer as many of you as I can. Other than that, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye bye!